couldn't make a get on the end of it. And what a great finish it is. Perfect volley, isn't it? He strikes it so well. What an excellent finish.
Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Al Lad for Set Play Gaming. This is the FIFA 23 West Brom career mode. It is the road to glory with Aidy Boothroyd. Season 5 episode 103. We have to get into some loan business. Starting off, Reyes Cleary is on loan at RC Loans. He's agreed to be loaned to them for the rest of the season. The next guy loaned out is Rico Richards. He's on loan now at Feyenoord. The left wing, right winger has some development to do. We'll see how he is at the end of the season. Jacopo Sorrentino has decided on a loan move to Cremonese. Similar story with him. He's not going to get any game time, so it makes sense for him as a prospect to be out there. And Ethan Ingram has agreed a loan move to Gil Vicente. I was trying to get a League 1 club interested or a League 2 club, but Gil Vicente was the only offer for him. Salim Ahmed has agreed to be loaned to Granada. Again, not a terrible loan for him. And again, just kind of similar to Sorrentino, just get some game time under his belt. Patrick Evans is on loan at Werder Bremen. Not a bad loan for him actually. So hopefully he comes back at least a +3, +4 and his low 70s when he comes back. Alistair Barkley is on loan at PSV. He is already 70 overall. I figure this might be his final loan and we might be able to use him proper next season. And Danny Maldonado is a 74, our highest prospect. He is on loan at Hellas Verona in Italy. Best of luck to him. Hopefully he comes back better. Right, in today's episode, now that we've got that out of the way, we are taking on Reading in the Carabao Cup. That is our match on Tuesday. Then we fast forward to Saturday, September the 26th, taking on Spurs at home in the league. That's a big game for us. We finished today's episode starting the October schedule with a away match against Fulham on the 4th of October. Now that you know what's to come, let's jump into the episode and hopefully get some wins. Alright, so as you can see, Grady Diangana suffered a sprained knee injury in the last episode against Liverpool. He's going to be missing for 4 weeks, which means obviously he's not going to be taking part in anything we do this episode, at least for the short term. We take on Reading in round 3 of the Carabao Cup, and this is the lineup as Aidy Boothroyd selected. And you can see Rashika, Shortire and Garen Kowal are the creative players. Dan Neil and Isaac Hayden in the middle. And you can see new signing Kelechi Iheanacho is up front today. Shortire into Dylan Sharp, back to Iheanacho, opening 5 minutes, and Shortire smashes it into the top corner. What a start. Does anyone know why players that have big hair, they don't display properly when you're on the field, but then when it goes to the replay and it goes to like a cinematic look, the hair comes back. So when he's on the field he's bald, and then when it goes to the cinematics his hair comes back. Is that a graphical thing, a problem with the console, or is that just a game? You see here, wonderful sliding tackle by Kowal as Daly Sinkgraven and Kowal having a little bit of problems with Pino in midfield. Speaking of, he said something up here 15 minutes in. Pino, Serrano, back to Pino, and he plays a pass to Abrafa. He wins the lucky bounce there, and then Abrafa gets past Panzo, and his near post shot by Kelvin Abrafa, the right back. Tipped away by Griffiths. And then Iheanacho played through here on the counter-attack just before the 20 minutes. Takes it past Ekpiteta and he lashes a shot over the bar. This is a really good signing for us, especially considering, you know, Batshuayi, I think, he's not on his last legs, but you kind of know what I mean. He's not. Age isn't necessarily on his side. And obviously we've signed Therese Campbell, and now we've got extra quality with both Iheanacho and Campbell. We don't have to put all the workload on Batshuayi this year, which is good, especially at his age. Stoppage time of the first half. Iheanacho with a low shot, beats the goalie, hits the foot of the post, and then in comes Dan Neil, and I don't know how much of that ball the goalkeeper got there. But we go in at the break, a goal up, and hopefully we can defend well enough to add the second goal. You see a poor clearance here on 58 minutes. Rashica with a shot, a power shot, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. Draper, I think, in goal. 65 minutes. Neil into Iheanacho, down to Rashica. Rashica takes it on, and a powerful, strong shot. And Draper says, no way.
See if they can put this to good use as they try to add to their advantage.
Enough power on it. Aidy Boothroyd wants to see more from his side here, and quite rightfully so. And then on 69 minutes, Short Tyre robs Dorset, and it's into Iheanacho, and look at that for a finish. That's what £15 million gets you. Iheanacho with a great finish. Lovely cross from Short Tyre. That's a goal and an assist from him today. And with a few minutes remaining, we can break. Rashica into Kual. Kual, he's going to pause, play it into Campbell, and his low shot turned away by Draper. Almost 3-0. Drill Dorset finding himself in the referee's book for an earlier challenge. And then into stoppage time. Rashica can't get past the defender, and then Dorset tries to play it back, and look at that. Not a goal, but I just wanted to share that comical moment of the defender passing it back and then the goalkeeper getting mixed up with the post. It almost went in. We win this one 2-0. Comfortable, and we are through to the next round. On to the next game. Alright, before we go to game 2, I thought we'd take a quick look at the Premier League table. We're 5 games in, so it's early days. As you can see, Arsenal lead the league by a decent lead already, 4-point lead with 5 wins from 5. We're nowhere near the top. But we are 15th with 1 win, 2 draws and 2 losses. Not a bad start by us. We just got to make sure that we try and stay above the relegation zone, and I think that's a realistic expectation for us. We could get dragged into a relegation battle. As you can see, Leeds, Norwich and Bournemouth are all in those relegation places right now. We're going to head to this next game as we take on Spurs at home in the Premier League at the Hawthorns. And this is the lineup that we've gone with today. As always, Peacock Farrell is in goal, and you got Furlong, Hayden, Vandenberg, O'Shea and Timon, and then Short Tyre, O'Reilly, Fuchs is preferred in midfield along with Kual on the left, and as usual, Michy Batshuayi is up front. We've still got Rashica and Tyrese Campbell on the bench. This is the Spurs lineup as it stands. You can see some very good top quality players: Pau Torres, Reguilon, Soler, Llorente, and then a deadly attack of Sulemana, Gabriel Jesus and Julian Alvarez. So that's something that we've got to consider. So Spurs with the chances early on, and it only took a minute for them to break into the box. You can see the movement and the passing. Sulemana actually gets a lucky deflection there, and then he's just inside the box when he takes a shot. Peacock Farrell with a great save. And then from the corner, we defended well enough, and then they come back at us again. Soler in, and then you get the return, and Soler goes to the near post this time, and Bailey Peacock Farrell makes another save. Going to be a busy afternoon. And then just before 10 minutes, Julian Alvarez lofts it into the box. Vandenberg does well, brings it under control, and then it's knocked on by Kual. He tries to get the ball, and he's brought down. The referee stops the game as Garang Kual stays down from what looked like an innocuous looking challenge. 25 minutes in, Soler into Gabriel Jesus. He accelerates away from Fuchs into the box, goes to the shot, but then across comes the defender, makes a brilliant block. That is Isaac Hayden making the interception at the end there. I thought at first he'd conceded the corner, but it was actually did enough to put him off a proper shot. 2 minutes later, they were back at it. Gabriel Jesus down this left side into Sulemana. He takes the shot, but Sepp Vandenberg's there to block. This is basically what we're about now. We can't play that lovely free-flowing football. That is just a nonsense idealism to try and play, you know, outright football. But here we have a nice little move into Batshuayi, chests it down, and he volleys it in past Alfonso Núñez in goal. And we have a 1-0 lead. Michy Batshuayi, I don't anticipate at this stage, when we scored this goal, I did think, oh, you know, we should go on and score more goals. This was just as you can see, 37th minute. We didn't have many attacks, it was all Spurs. And I thought, you know, we've got one chance here to try and make a difference. And Batshuayi certainly did that. So we go into the break as the referee blows half time. We've got an injury to Garen Kuol, but the plus is we are a goal up against Spurs. It gives us something to fight for, gives us something to hang on to as we go into the second half. Some more action here. 5 minutes in, Llorente drops the shoulder into Jesus, into Soler. He turns, the shot's blocked, and then Sulemana running in comes Timon to make an interception. I don't know whether Peacock Farrell was going to get there. And then just before the hour, Soler into Jesus, back to Alvarez, back to Soler, back to Alvarez. The shot's blocked, and then Soler with the follow-up doesn't get it on target. And then just before the hour, 59th minute, Gabriel Jesus turns, Soler into Jesus. That was the chance they could have equalised, but Bailey Peacock Farrell rescues our bacon once again. Great parry, two strong hands on it. Antonio Conte is getting really frustrated down there. And then 5 minutes later, here comes Danjuma Grunewald down the left. Takes it past O'Shea, who basically stops running. Then it comes back to him after Timon's block. And Bailey Peacock Farrell there again to shut the door. 20 minutes left. Rashica into O'Reilly, into Shortire, and he's going to take on Reguilon. Goes to the near post, and it's tipped away by Alfonso Núñez. He makes the save. Boothroyd thought that was going to be 2-0. From the corner, it's swung in, headed away, and then nodded back into play. You'll see O'Shea stays down, unfortunately. Dara O'Shea with an injury. Again, it's one of those where he kind of fell backwards. Hard to say exactly what was up with him.
They're ahead by 3 now with 76 minutes played.
Thanks for the update, Alex.
Great tackle by Vandenberg there on Soler. This is 77 minutes. Just wanted to show that highlight of Vandenberg defending well. And then back come Spurs. We're into stoppage time now at the end of the game. It's going to come back to Llorente. And then into Gabriel Jesus. What a save. That's twice now he's denied Gabriel Jesus. And now 96 minutes. We're a minute over the time added on. It's a long range effort. This time it's tipped wide. Sulemana looking for the winner. You can see, looking for that top corner. It's a great effort, but an even better save. We managed to hang on. It's a 1-0 win, a narrow 1-0 win. Just how important is that 3 points going to be come the end of the season? On to the final match. Okay, into the third and final game. We will update the injuries probably at the start of the next episode, so keep tuned for that. As we take on Fulham at Craven Cottage, this is their lineup. They've got some pretty good players. Luis Junior in goal, Timothy Mbembele at right back, and they've got Hesai at left back, Buckley and Harrison Reed in the middle, and then Alex Scott through the middle, Gabriel Martinelli on the left, with Rodrigo Muniz in the middle. There's a guy named Issei Haku. I think he's got 3 or 4 goals already this season. Here is our lineup: Bailey Peacock Farrell, and then Furlong, Mepham, Hayden, Panzo and Timon, Shortire, O'Reilly, Daniel and Rashica, and Iheanacho up front. As I said, O'Shea is injured, as we saw in the last match. I'll update that at the beginning of the next episode. Into the action from this game, into the first 6 minutes. A shot by Rodrigo Muniz from just outside the box, and it's a really good save by Bailey Peacock Farrell. You'll see here from this replay. Really good save, gets out a strong hand.
Makes it 150 wins for his career.
And then 12 minutes in, Gabriel Martinelli. In comes Panzo with a great interception. And then Timon goes to clear it and overruns it. He gets dispossessed, and then the pass in to Rodrigo Muniz. He has to score that. He's right in front of goal, maybe 7-8 yards from goal. And look at Marco Silva, he's like, how do you miss that?
Challenge to bring that attack to an end.
25 minutes in, Iheanacho ran off the ball. Buckley, he's waving his arms there in the middle of the pitch. Meanwhile, we're under attack. In comes Scott, back to Muniz, back to Buckley, great save, and Alex Scott follows up. I think that's his 4th of the season already for Alex Scott. And Fulham lead 1-0. Big problems here without O'Shea at the back. Maybe instead of going for Panzo and Vandenberg, maybe we should have gone for Yakuslu and Hayden with a bit more experience. I was just thinking about the legs really, because they've got some pretty quick players.
Scott with it now.
37 minutes in. O'Reilly's going to take a yellow card for that. Here comes Isahaku. But Panzo comes across, really good interception. Panzo actually had a really good game. And I wanted to sort of highlight at least one or two of the interceptions. And then here in stoppage time, Scott's going to run through to try and score his brace. Panzo comes across again, does a great sweeper's job there of just mopping up and taking the ball. So we go in at half time. We are 1-0 down, but definitely not out of it. I think there's a goal in us at least. The only issue is now can we keep Fulham out? Yeah, 53 minutes in, Muniz back to Reed, and Martinelli back to Reed again. Into Isaku, Muniz with a shot, great interception as once again Panzo is there to block and take the sting out of the shot. 60th minute, Rashica into Neil, into O'Reilly, and O'Reilly, he doesn't play short tire in, takes the touch and goes for the shot himself. I thought there that maybe O'Reilly should have passed that. And I guess we'll never know now. It's a comfortable save for the goalkeeper in the end. Isaku to Muniz. Into Reed. Reed wide to Martinelli down the left. This is 5 minutes later. Into Muniz. Takes the touch. And he smashes it in near post. And the two informed players, Alex Scott and Rodrigo Muniz, both score for Fulham. And they have a 2-0 lead now. You have to think we're at the point where do we go for it and try and score a goal to make it close and then try and get a second at the end? Or do we just shut up shop and accept defeat? Well, we're not that kind of club. With 11 minutes left to go, we do come forward and we do create something. Rashica, great control and footwork, crosses it in, and O'Reilly is there to make amends. He gets himself a goal, and this is with 11 minutes left to go. And you see a great footwork from Rashica. He's good with the ball. And a nice ball in, a bit of a hopeful ball in. I don't think he really picks out a player. He just puts it into that danger zone. And then O'Reilly sort of chests it down and does the work. And then we did get an extra 5 minutes. But as much as we pushed, we couldn't get an equaliser. We go down here 2-1 to Fulham at Craven Cottage, and it's a win for Marco Silva over Aidy Boothroyd. A little bit disappointing considering the effort that we went to last week when we beat Spurs, but we'll come back crashing back down to earth here with a loss here in the league. Let me know, as always, your thoughts in the comments. Alright, that's it from me today. If you're enjoying the series, consider watching more content by clicking on the playlist available at the end of this video. Also, why not consider subscribing and you won't miss any up and coming episodes from me. I'll see you guys back on Monday with episode 104. We're continuing our Premier League battles. We face both Wolves and Manchester City, as well as meeting Everton in round 4 of the Carabao Cup. So make sure you join me for that. Thank you so much for your continued support. This is our lad for Set Play Gaming.